we'd all been on this journey together for 6 weeks, this
Yeah.
like epic journey, and you're just like, you can't imagine just leaving one person behind when you get to the boat. You're
Yeah.
sort of like,
Yeah.
oh, we'll
Yeah.
find some way to keep doing this together. This is Climbing Gold.
I'm curious for each of you, like on a scale of 1 to 10, um, how fun this whole experience was.
I'll give it a 6 or maybe a 4, somewhere in the middle, where you're like, it's like pretty good.
Man, that's like a hard question because for me, I would say overall I would give it like a 9, but I guess I'm less bothered by the yeah, horrible boredom and quad pain and all that kind of stuff. I sort of
I
like
w-
that
I wouldn't say
stuff.
there was
So
any boredom. I was never
yeah,
bored. It's just like it's so much grinding. Like
yeah,
how you're just
I'm
like
less bothered by
grinding
the
forever.
grinding. I like the grinding.
Well, I don't mind the grinding either, totally, but it's like I just like the climate objective so much more.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So 9 for me. What about you, Taylor?
I think I'll go with a 10. I was just along for the ride. I mean, we had some tough moments, but yeah, it was all fun and games. I didn't really want to be anywhere else.
That's the
Yeah.
difference between riding in the van or not. You're
Yeah,
like, it's pretty fun.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
How psyched were you when you like got to keep going? Like that it wasn't just like, okay, now this sort of leg of the adventure's over and you get
I
left
was
behind, but like were you just like, yes, how cool was that?
It was but like in my head, like I knew I was supposed to stop, but in my head I was like, I'm not stopping. Like I'm just gonna get on the boat. Like I'm going with them. I don't care. Like this would be crazy to just turn around right now. Like so in my head, I just didn't really think that I was gonna turn around, especially once we got towards the end. I was like, no, no, no.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
got us.
at that point, we'd all been on this journey together for 6 weeks, this
Yeah,
like epic journey, and you're just like, you can't imagine just leaving one person behind when you get to the boat. You're
Yeah.
sort of like,
yeah,
oh, we'll
yeah,
find some way to keep doing this together.
yeah. So I was really happy that like Renan and Matt and then Tommy and Alex like kind of vetted for me and got me to stay.
I think one of the classic sort of anecdotes from the expedition, like what were the rules for you hiking in with Renan? I don't know if you would even tell it the same way, but you know how he only let you carry one camera body in? He was like, oh, because Taylor was technically there as a porter and he's there to like help carry loads for the film team. And so Taylor had his one little camera and Renan probably had what, like 15 bags worth of camera gear and like lenses and
Yeah,
equipment and like all kinds of stuff.
I
Because
had one camera and one lens. Yeah.
but then the thing that I remember that I think was so striking, and I've thought about this a lot since then, is that then in base camp, you were wandering around shooting photos through your sunglasses and shooting photos through all kinds of weird, like basically you were doing all kinds of like weird artsy photos. And I remember you saying like, well, I only have this one camera with this one lens, and everybody else here has all the nicest stuff with the craziest toys, shooting like the most professional. It's like the best photographers and videographers in the world using the best equipment. And I remember Taylor being like, well, I got to get the weird stuff because obviously everybody else is nailing the money shots. And then they use some of your weird shots. Like, did you see oh, you haven't seen the film. They use one of your shots through my foam roller or whatever, like of the wheel spinning. Like, I remember you taking some of
Really?
these like weird artsy shots. And I'm like, some of that stuff got used. I was like,
That's
it's
so
cool.
funny because I remember when I was doing that, when I was shooting to the foam roller, you were looking at me like, what in the hell are you
Yeah, I
doing
was
right
like, this
now?
guy's an idiot. I was like, this is completely stupid. But this is why you never judge until the project is done.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, it goes to show. I mean, because I had a small kid on that whole thing, and like the drone I was using for the whole biking is like the smallest drone you can buy. It's like the smallest little thing, and everyone was joking the whole time that it was going to get blown out of the sky by wind or a bird.
Or
But
like one of the Eagles would just eat it.
yeah, exactly. But it worked out great, and I think they used a lot of the footage, and yeah,
Yeah, it's like you show up in Alaska though, and Renan's team. I mean, Renan literally had what, 15 drones. They had
it
like all
was
sizes and shapes and capabilities and like these giant
absurd.
drones. And then you've
I
got
pull
your
out my
your little guy.
little
Yeah, your little fold out wallet drone. You're like, oh no, this little guy, yeah, he works. He's getting some footage.
yeah, exactly. Uh,
But it is a good reminder that so much of getting the shot is just being at the right place at the right time and like being there.
yeah,
And I mean, you were with us for 6 weeks in the van, just getting the shots every day. And it's like, it all sort
totally.
of adds up to quite a lot. I mean, they used a lot of the snapshots in the film, like the
Mhm.
horses and stuff. I mean, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Sonny
Yeah,
actually,
cool.
when we watched some of the drafts, Sonny made that as a note that it was some of her favorite parts of the film, where the little like Rolodex, like snapshot things you had.
You'll have 10 drones one day too.
No, I'm gonna keep the style going. One drone, one lens. Every job.